Welcome to WWZ Podcast. We're back after a successful Saturday tournament down in Moline.
Who won that tournament?
Unfortunately, Brandon cleared the field. Lawnmower Man dominated everybody. But I'm keeping my spirits up. I'm hoping we can have a positive showing for FunCon. And when he does walk away with the belt, I won't hang myself, but that's okay.
You might get a win one of these days.
No. He's just an overqualified player, and he's my role model. All right, we're here this week with the new revisions just came out, Team Can Online, and we're going to go down the list of revisions, mainly ones of any importance, and say our thoughts on each one.
You got buying myself some time. I really didn't have much of a change at all. All it did was add Ric Flair to it.
I'm surprised he could back the card anyways in the first place. But since they made the backstage card for him, that makes him discard like to a red and never uses his ability. It doesn't help or hurt him. He won't have a hand anyways. Then we got Bret the Hitman Hart. He can't back Revolution maneuvers. And we're moving on.
We're moving on. That's it. Just can't back Revo.
Yeah, that's whatever. Sure.
Nobody wants to play that.
Yeah, nobody played Revo anyways.
Got Owen Hart. He's got a slight change. Not too big or anything.
They didn't really change anything about Owen. They just cleared up his ability a little bit. So you don't have to ask rules questions if you can search your moves for your moves that aren't chained because they're considered chained now.
Yeah. Just sure to print out your new face card.
Yeah.
I know James likes himself some China, and she had quite some changes.
China actually took a pretty big hit here. China's running lariat and China's press slam. You used to be able to discard them to make your next maneuver like printed 0 fortitude. If you're under 9 fortitude, your next printed 0 fortitude maneuver could not be reversed in hand. Now, it really only works on China's running lariat, and it only works for itself. You get to play it, and you can't play reversals from hand to it. Okay, so you're praying you draw with Awesome Pyro. It's a pretty big nerf. I don't think she needed it because she wasn't seeing much play.
I kind of wonder where they got that one from. I've never seen anybody actually play China. I'm on Lackey most of the time.
I tried, but I mean, with restricted use, you'd have to do it twice. So it's just a really dead card. And they need to fix playing dynamics before they start worrying about the people that are good for them. Yeah. We got to see him Punk next. What are your thoughts on Punk?
I don't know. Never really cared about Punk in the first place. I liked Best in the World, but never really cared about Punk anyway. But honestly, I don't know if it made him better or made him worse, but
I think they made him a lot worse. Worse in a weird way. His ability used to be able to name reversals, and they would accumulate over the turns if you didn't play a maneuver. So you're sacrificing turns for maneuver protection, and I think that was a great trade-off. If I wanted my go to sleep to stick on the table, and if I waited 5 turns to name every single reversal in the game, that should just be me being a good player, because that gives you 5 turns to beat me in the face. Now you can't do that, so it makes it more bland.
Well, we were talking about New Age Outlaws, and I didn't really see too much of a big change, but all they did was add non-unique maneuvers to their ability, and so they can only do their ability with non-unique maneuvers. They can't use uniques anymore. And they can no longer pack cards blank, brass, or parts in the title.
Okay. That seems weird because, sure, you can't run brass snuck shot and go punches, but even if you could do that, having to remove 4 cards in your hand from the game, a turn to do it, would still almost be worthwhile. I mean, you still have decks like the People's Team that can do that. Lashley can do that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Um, the biggest problem I see with the non-unique change in New Age Outlaws, I look at them, and then I look at something like Big Freaking Machine. It's like,
Why not just play BFM?
yeah, I mean, you're only going to use the Outlaw's ability maybe twice a game anyways.
Well, that's the way it is with because you like playing guys that are kind of broken. You don't care about who they are and what they do, and I like playing guys that I actually like. And you're always like, you know who does that better?
Well, I had the Outlaws build for a while, and I wouldn't consider them broken back then. I didn't see a problem with their ability. Their ability said non-run-ins. You couldn't do let me get a shot in. So, I mean, what else is busted out there? The only broken combo I can really think of them was using their ability for Maneuver of Doom, which gives you simply the best and beg for mercy. But there's a lot of people that can do that already.
Yeah.
So, like Mr. Pay-Per-View, and he can search really for it, and it's Arsenal only. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you said you liked Rated RKO's new ability. Basically, their storylines are blank, and during each of your draw segments, you get to choose one storyline card in your ring is not blank until your next draw segment. How is it you thought that they got a huge boost?
I think it's a hell of a buff. They said that, we don't like people using both of them. But when you play both their storylines, you have to discard 5 cards. So in Revolution format, starting out with a 2-card starting hand size, you're probably dead. You're just trash. Since this blanks them, you don't have to discard cards when you play them. So it essentially increased their hand size by 5. Sure, their starting hand size got reduced by 2, but I'll still take that trade-off any day of the week.
I mean, Rated RKO is there? There's 2 different versions, right? There's Revo or Rated RKO. And
They essentially say the same thing. They're the same. They have 2 different face cards. One's the sideways one, and one's the straight up. It's like all the Revolution superstars are sideways.
Yeah.
So
but they count as the same card?
Yeah, one says Revolution, one says just Rated RKO.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah. So
I don't
their
think
abilities the same.
I don't think they changed the Revolution Rated RKO.
They're essentially the same superstar.
But they don't count as the same superstar, right?
I think they do, because their ability doesn't say you don't count as Revolution Rated RKO. Kind of like how they're saying at the tournament, is your superstar Brie Bella or Brie Mode?
Yeah. All right.
So it's still Brie Bella.
All right. Got Dean Malenko. Basically, the man of 1,000 holds cannot affect cards with leg or arm in the title anymore and his abilities. So I'm sure I've never played Dean Malenko myself, but I'm sure that's a pretty big hit.
Yeah, seems like a big nerf to me. Because you get your leg moves in play for free. So now that it doesn't work for him, a superstar that was already not that play. Well, he's probably playable, but you never saw him play. Just got a hit. So I don't think it was needed. But
Sounds like one man's trying to define the meta.
I wouldn't know. I'm not that one man. That's why on this podcast, 2 people do, because we are the meta. And I will not be defined by one man. All right, we got Blue Blazer next. Essentially the same as their one hard change. It just cleared up visibility a little bit. They didn't really change it in any way. It just let you know that your cards in Arsenal without reversing attacks are also considered volley, in case you want to start a turn like management leader or something.
I think the Godfather card, he wants to escorts for the night. I think the only thing that really changed from that is you can only do it with his ace ability. You can only remove the cards in your ring from the game instead of hand in ring. Is that what the old one did?
I don't even remember what the old one did. I thought it was the same thing. So
I know. I tried building Godfather, but every time I did, he was just trash. I would like the idea of playing the Godfather. I just no fun.
I guess building Godfather ain't easy. The most dangerous champions of SmackDown. What we got here? They.
It's got
No,
protection
no
now. It
reversal.
can't be blamed.
Yeah, it made like some of their actions better, I guess. We near lower fortitude. Sure. It's nothing around about. It's another one of the superstars I don't see very much play. They're a techie deck. They're all right, but it's not going to really change anything.
Jamie Noble got a huge hit.
Go ahead.
And basically now whenever for his Redneck Rampage, his backstage card, you have lower fortitude, your non-unique maneuvers are -3 fortitude. Oof.
Jamie Noble got killed.
Yeah.
He will never see play ever again. That change killed him dead.
That's kind of sad because for years and years I'm talking about I'm building Jamie
I told
Noble.
you. I told you to
building.
build him. And I'm surprised he got the nerve. I'm going to blame Mitch for that one.
Why? Just because he ran an idiot?
No. No, it
Why
was no, because he played Jamie Noble a lot. And he would do shoot lock up a 0 fortitude.
Yeah.
So I mean, well, that doesn't want to do that.
I was telling Mitch because I asked him how many cards were on the revision list that you caused, and he said 0.
Bull.
Like
He's the only person I've seen play Jamie Noble, and that's what he did, and that's the only thing I got nerfed on him. So I'm thinking he teleported down to the ACNT tournament and played somebody who may or may not be a Christian rock band and dominated them with Jamie Noble.
I guess I don't know.
I mean, that's the only explanation I can come up with of why that card got crushed.
I mean, he can still pick up stuff, which is not too bad, but
Sure.
still. Next card, obviously, my boy Batista, he got hit heavily in the set. And, well, it depends how you look at it. And I've been playing Batista for years, so when I saw the revisions, I was like, at first I was kind of upset because I knew about it coming before the revisions even hit. And I knew it was coming, I just didn't know how much of it was coming. And it all got hit. Every single card. I mean, I just thought it was ironic. Every single card I talked about on our last podcast about Batista got hit. And I'm like, oh, man, what the heck happened here? But I plan on abusing the hell out of the new stuff because I think there's some serious oversight that they did. Like, basically, the Just Call Me Dave now, it's my spine's in the title, plus 2D. We have 10 or plus lower fortitude, they are chained. So with this other backstage card, I Walk Alone, you basically, until you get more than 10 fortitude, you got basically a JYD mechanic. They're discounting 3 cards to reverse your spine busters.
How about we not talk too much about GYD for the time being?
Yeah.
You never know who's watching these podcasts. So, I mean...
when you have 6 plus non-backlash Batista-specific cards in your ring, your Batista bomb cannot be reversed from Arsenal by non-unique cards, which I think Batista has 12 or so non-backlash cards that are specifics. So, I mean, I usually get that many out because with the other backstage card, with all my actions can't be reversed, it's pretty easy to get out that many. And so when I do out of nowhere search for a Batista bomb, Divine hits it. And out of nowhere would hit it too. But there's not very many cards that will hit it now once both those go off.
Pretty much just Divine. It's a really good buff for... I think it's a buff anyways for Rotoclastic. It's an extremely... he can't pack revolution winners, can he?
No.
I'm walking along.
But well, yeah, he can't run.
You can't run Revolution cards.
He can run Revolution cards. He can't run corners.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. I got a cold. That's why I'm coughing over here. I've been trying to get over it for like a week.
it could be a pretty good buff if you just want to build him for all access, because you get some more Batista cards to play out there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I mean, it'd be, and with the arsenal only on his Batista bomb, you're pretty much just looking at Divine, because a lot of people try to run like the blanket reversals, like your bash reversals and things of that nature. So it's probably going all the way through.
Yeah, they were worried about Unleash Bomb. Well, it's only got like 6 reversals in the game. Okay, Batista Bomb, Arsenal only. Hopefully you have a Divine. That's okay with me. I'll take that trade-off. But also the last part of it is during your turn you may hide this card to put one Batista-specific card from your ringside pile into your hand. Now, I know what they were thinking, that you're going to pick up an Unleash Bomb. No. There ain't no way in hell I'm doing that. I'm going to go pick up the Spectre. Play that. They can't respond to it. I'm going to pick up, let me get a shot in, Arsenal only. There you go. Because I'm sure by that time I've baited out the restricted use. So I'm alright with it.
Yeah.
Sure, they might have a Carlito or... No, they won't, because non-unique.
Yeah.
So a 0 for 25 for Arsenal only instead of a 9 for 9 Arsenal only. Alright with that trade-off.
I'd probably take it.
Yeah. Of course, with Spectre, they're going to have quite a bit more fortitude than they normally would if I was using Unleash Bomb, but still. Go from 0 to 25 just like that. Pretty quick.
Well, you're really only doing that, and your matchup starts shutting you out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because
if they're not shutting me out and I'm head of fort, believe you me, I'm grabbing Guardians of the Galaxy every time. That card wins games hands down. I know, well, they also changed something with Guardians of the Galaxy. They used to say it was minus 10 fortitude. Now it says minus 5 fortitude, which, it wasn't that
doesn't
big.
change anything.
Doesn't change much. I always had the fortitude anyway. It didn't bother me none.
I mean, because you go from like 5 fortitude, like 6 fortitude to like 21
Well,
fortitude.
I go 7 fortitude, and then the rest, I start from there and on. All I play is Atomic Spinebuster over and over and over again. So they're playing discarding 3 cards if they've got more fortitude than me. Well, discarding 2 for the chain trade, putting 1 at random on the bottom for the backstage card. So
it's pretty rough.
Yeah. I'll get the fort. It's gonna happen. Or if not, they won't have a hand in it. It'll be real good.
Unless they're like 8th one in the world, they're not going to keep a hand. No. Alright, we got Time to Pay the Piper. What do they do to this card here? Whatever, really. They gave the original Roddy Piper a buff. Whenever you play a card with questions or answers in the title, you get a draw card. Enter minus 10 fortitude. That's pretty darn good.
I changed the questions.
At 8 fortitude.
8 fortitude? Jeez.
It's great.
That's amazing. I changed the questions?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Especially if you're playing with a bash deck or something. That's tons of reversals.
Legend Bash?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have reversals for days.
I think he needed it, though, because they hit him very hard from the originals before all the backstage cards. He's not nearly as good as he used to be.
No, he's completely busted before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a complete buff to his mid-match reversal.
I think he needed it.
The reversal in question didn't need it because it's the best reversal in the game.
Well, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it hits anything with like reversal restriction in the backlash deck, even uniques. So it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
What's really funny is I think it hits Unleash Bomb because it hits multi-maneuvers now. That's funny.
That's kind of ironic.
Yeah. If we're the Brad card to hit Teaster.
I'm alright.
Yeah, he'll get over
I
it.
think you got enough buff.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, everybody's favorite cards in the world, Shenanigans, got updated.
Thank God for that. At least they didn't make more of them. They just added another paragraph to ones that already exist. So.
I know I talked to some people about this that kind of on the design crew that what the new, it's a really that's enough Shenanigans. All your backfire cards are permanent, and when any player is not the Rock and has greater fortitude, his Brahma Bull and Revolution WWE Cruiserweight title belt are blank. And main thing I was talking about is because James here, he won a tournament with it with Dwayne,
Yeah.
and now usually we got pretty used to him doing pretty good in tournaments, and
Not as good as Brandon, but I tried.
I couldn't understand why Brahma Bull needed to be hit. I mean, I'm not going to argue it's not a good card because it is a good card, but it just I didn't seem like it was very overpowering, and that might just been me because I usually run stuff that is going to actually get me fortitude where I don't have to worry about it. But I mean, that goes with one of the responses I got today. If you're not expecting it, that's on you. I mean, you didn't obviously pack the right cards to try to get around it.
Which, that's the beautiful thing about Raw Deal. Because there's so many superstars.
Yeah.
It's okay to have the bad matchups. You know.
You're not running RMS? That sounds like it's on you.
Yeah. Like when I built Dwayne, I built a deck around Brahma Bull, hoping I would not run into Flair. So when I played Flair, that's a terrible matchup. I just have to take that one.
When I played against played against Dwayne, my issue was not with Brahma Bull at all. I mean, my issue was with his mid-match card where I could not play any of my superstar specifics. Now, that's what hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
I usually rely
On those
on superstar specific.
those to get you on the board and to close out games.
And it hurt bad that I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't play my reversals, couldn't play my maneuvers, my actions, nothing. I was dead in the water.
It's a pretty bad nerf in a sense. It made the Rock playable now. The People's Champ is going to need a buff since he lost it because he doesn't have much going for him. Your moves can reverse and backlash deck. Meh. Whatever. That's not the problem. Getting through their hands the problem. They really should have just said this card can only be backed by the Rock. Because like once you hit one maneuver or one reversal, it's blank, so it doesn't do anything the rest of the game. So there's no reason to back it. Still a good card though.
It's free, isn't it?
Just for the Rock. Yeah.
Still a free pack.
You can't build a deck around it anymore.
Yeah.
Nature Boy. Meh. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't think it changes anything really.
Basically, you just choose any number of cards now.
I don't feel one way or another. I never played him, so he's good though. I've seen Mitch do really good with him. So I'm guessing he's probably still just as playable.
Yeah. They got Revolution Angles Extreme Wrestling Skill. All they changed.
I can't believe how bad they nerfed this card.
That's horrible. All they did was add Angles into the title.
Yeah, they fixed the typo.
Yeah.
So there you go. Are you ready? DX's pre-match. This one kind of surprised me and a couple other people. They nerfed the Cerebral Spray double lumberjack match build to the round. You can't do it anymore.
Good.
I don't see what the problem was. Is it annoying?
Yeah.
Sure. But on the flip side, if you draw like two no trash homes, you just win the game. Because you know they have to use an ace before they play a move. So you just keep stopping that, and they're just sacrificing turns and doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's true. It never won tournaments. It's a gimmicky deck. If you run recursion and back and things like Carlito says, you know what to shovel back every time. It's kind of like something like FBI. Once you know what reversal to search for or what to have, it's a very one-dimensional deck, and I don't see the need for the nerf. The other problem I have with it is you're double dipping because they can play any title belt, so they're going to run the undisputed title belt anyways, which gives them their pre-match for free. So why give them another pre-match that does the exact same thing? Seems a bit redundant to me. And they're a 9 superstar value, so they're going to play the belt first. So I don't get why I put that there.
I think, next was Mean Gene, interviewed by Mean Gene. I think that card got one of the biggest changes in all the revisions, which basically you can only, they made all your like turn the tides and stuff like in your backfires, not backfires, turn up the heats into uniques now, and they added some other cards to it, which the unplayable cards they wanted to make playable are still. Why would you play them?
They're okay.
They're not great.
They're there if you want them. Yeah,
whatever. I think they just take up room. I wouldn't run them at all. I could probably find something else better to run in it than any of those.
Yeah.
Like that one that adds that one that has all that text with Pat and Jerry and stuff and all that.
Oh, does that one? Oh, it's still on there.
Okay. Yeah. The one that adds all the Pat and Jerry stuff. Look, it makes it can't be reversed and all that, but I think
it's 04.
Yeah, I'd like to see what somebody would do with that.
Two problems with that card. Old school wrestling match. So Pat and Jerry wouldn't do anything at all because turns can't be skipped.
Yeah, turns can't be skipped. Yeah.
So Pat and Jerry wouldn't work at all. They'd do a good job on your 16-4 action and that does nothing. Very good job backing it.
Yeah, so I guess the unplayable cards they wanted playable still don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Because almost everybody runs old school wrestling match, and for some reason they love Revo format and Virtual Classic.
I thought we already had a format for that. Guess I was wrong.
You were sadly mistaken.
Well, it seems like whenever the entire fan base craps on a format, they add a virtual card that cannot respond to RMS, can be blanked, can be looked at, that forces the format on you. So, there you go.
That didn't make much sense to make a card that it's not a secret that everybody does not like the aggression rule. Instead, they're just going to force it into Virtual Classic.
Some people do like it. So,
yeah, very few.
And if you do like it, that's fine. Sure, go play Revo. Have at it.
Yeah.
It's all, they're quick games, they're maneuvers back and forth. It's really quick and aggressive. It's kind of like your indie flippy match.
Yeah.
You know, it's about 4 or 5 moves, and they're all huge, and then and then you're done.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get more on that one later. But with how they changed the interview by Mean Gene, I think they killed it, which kind of sucks in a way. You only have 2 cards that gives you like an unlockable out, but one's unique, so you don't have a way to search for it, and the other one's only a maneuver like 5 or less.
They're both unique, though.
Yeah, but you can't search or turn the tide with anything.
No.
So the odds of you drawing it when you need it. That and at the end of the crunch phase, they took away the text of you discard 3 to draw 3, so it doesn't cycle your hand anymore. So I mean, they overkilled it.
I didn't like energy bugging game anyway, so I wasn't too bad.
I didn't like it, but I mean, there's cards you could pack to get around it.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden. Essentially, they just protected WrestleMania with it even more. So when you pop WrestleMania, it always works, and it gets removed from the game, so you don't have to mail. That's all I really did. Nothing special.
Next card change, I thought was kind of ironic, is Rude's custom tights. I asked the question on TCO after I built Rick Rude. I was like, can his Allegiance cards be reversed with that are in the backstage for that card be reversed with Don't Try, since it said it's only in your ring for your card effects? And I know it wasn't on the revision list until I asked that question. Dave answered it. He said, well, no, they can't. And then within an hour of him answering it, all of a sudden it's on the revision list. I'm like, oh, well, at least I asked the question. I mean, that's the only thing I liked about him. I mean, I didn't think he was too great at all. Even with, because I was playing it with, they couldn't reverse it with Don't Try. And even then, I mean, every other turn, sure, you gotta look at their hand, find 2 reversals. But I mean, yeah, it's good. It was, I think it was needed, but I think that was the only thing he really had going for him.
Yeah, Rude, he's pretty good. He was a lot better with that. But he still got a bunch of new support. I mean, he's a lot better now than what he was. So I'm not gonna complain too much about Rude. We're down to Virtual 5. We got Making Your Escape. The only thing they changed was is any players, first of all, in Hell in the Cell is blank. So until I start the first turn. I'm guessing that's there just to prevent, some shenanigans with like the person playing Hell in the Cell and then playing Making Your Escape to blank their own. Or I don't know.
Also, your opponent's redemption is blank.
Yeah.
I remember whenever that was brought up, there was a lot of people that were like, "What? Why does redemption need hit at all? Who runs that card?"
Yeah, I thought redemption is going to get put on like a shenanigans card or something. I mean, if they're going to put it on Making Your Escape, sure, I'm fine with that. I guess it really sucks for the person who played redemption. I mean, it made redemption unplayable because like if you play redemption and then that card's out.
Well, the way I was thinking of it is, if no, that wouldn't work either. Yeah, that's bad. That's completely unplayable now. I was thinking that if you play it went to your opponent, it might help, but it doesn't do nothing.
No. It sucks.
Yeah.
You got survey time. Who's here to see the new world order? It's a buff to Hall and Ash.
Yay. Yeah, and Scott Hall.
Oh, yeah.
It's considered superstar specific, too.
Yep. So I want to play the game. Doesn't hit it.
Oh, darn.
Yay.
Pretty good.
So I guess they can play it now?
Yeah.
Sure.
And, John Morrison got a little bit of change. Instead, when cards played would remove from cards. When cards played would remove cards in your arsenal, ring or ringside from the game. You may choose half those cards, rounded down, but then put them on the bottom of your arsenal instead. But now it says you cannot choose more than 5 cards.
High five, you got it.
I got it. I can read.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, the only change it made is you cannot choose more than 5 cards. That's all they could add to that.
Which sucks a lot. That's kind of his gimmick. Play like some blindsides and stuff just to get some massive recursion. Now they just neutered that all to hell. So,
And he doesn't really even have an ability now, really, does he? Not much.
not really. I mean, it's a little bit of recursion, but most of his abilities like his backstage card. So,
You might as well run literally any superstar with like Calgary or Dubuque. Even recur more.
His support's still really good. So I mean, he's not dead, but it took away like one of the more appealing gimmicks for him, and they took that away. Which, again, I don't see who's playing against these people and be like, darn it, he played a straight grapple blindside slam and removed like 20 actions from the game. I guess to put back 10 of those. That's so not fair. Too bad I can still revo the straight move that has no protection and just meh, and they find that broken. I don't get it.
It's kind of weird how they come up with some of the revisions because, like, me and you's on Lackey all the time, and we play with people all around the world. We never see them playing this stuff.
Yeah. The only problem card I can see for it is you're happy to play volley of this on a really expensive action, but if he's the only superstar in the game that can do that, I'm okay with it. So I don't see the problem.
They did a lot of changes to all the Sky Too Hottie and Too Cool stuff. Sky Too Hottie mainly. But, Sky Too Hottie now, when you successfully play any card with exactly 2 words. It used to be non-pre-match cards, so now you can do pre-match cards, which I'm sure there's a few of them.
Yeah, just hop on Lackey and you'll find them.
Yeah, I'll be searching for a while, but you'll find them. His return bash Sky Worm now, it's always been, it's not a bash card, but now it reads, reverse any non-unique card and draw 2 cards. So that's not too shabby. So it's basically a kind of a 0 damage Revo that draws 2.
It's kind of funny he gets to draw 2 off of underrated superstar and it's showtime.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's all right. So, they're starting hand sizes too, but you can probably make it 35 if you really wanted to.
Yeah, showtime, draw 2. No escape, draw 2.
There is no escape. That's like 4.
Oh, yeah, I forgot there's more words.
See, yeah, you have to know the names of the cards before you can jump to these conclusions.
Yeah.
It's all right. The problem I have with Scotty's revisions is
It's completely different. Superstar.
well, there's now more blue text on his cards than black text. So, I mean, what would be really great is if you just add like the text on top of the card. Like, we really sucked this card up the first time we made it. So we're just going to add 10 paragraphs into it and make them. I didn't really even look at all the stuff he can do now because no matter how many buffs he gets, I'm still not going to play him. But I'm sure with all the changes, he's really good now. I guess, probably.
I'll play him. I love Scotty.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Talk to this guy. He's going to play him.
I'll play him.
And he'll let you know how they are.
I don't know what they all do. I mean, I always wanted to play him. I know the first time I looked at him, I was like, no way, I'm not playing. I couldn't wrap my head around how the whole worm thing could ever work.
Yeah. Making my head hurt.
I know how it works. It's just I don't ever see it going off.
Can you play revolution moves?
Yeah.
I guess you can use them for like all access because if you can find like any revolution maneuver that
has one word.
Yeah, it's only one word. There you go. Visibility.
Every single thing I play draws me 2 cards.
Sure, you put one on bomb, but that's great cycling. So I mean, go for it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to read what Sky does, I mean, you can read yourselves, get on the TCO revisions and find it because
There's a lot to it. He's playable.
We'll assume so.
So there you go.
You let us know how that works out for you.
When there's more revisions than just his set than the rest of the expansion, I'm sure there's techniques. I'm just going to move on down to the showstopper if we're down there. Okay. So no more foreign object maneuvers. I'm guessing people were doing like probably first blood match with anything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing that's probably what they're doing to get that nerf. Sure, I guess.
It's pretty good having anything in kitchen or everything in kitchen sink with making heat.
Yeah. So
or chain even.
Oh. So yeah, there you go. I can see the issue with that.
I think it was probably needed.
Sure. Yeah, I don't have any complaints. I mean, he's still really good. So.
China doll, I think we basically talked about that already.
Yeah, that's just more of the same. Instead of giving her access to like certain non-unique maneuvers she can use with her running lariat and wrestling, it's only running lariat. So, yeah, whatever.
Sting's Howl. They took off the RMS with it.
I'm guessing it was just like
and then add the Ace logo. Yeah, it was probably just an image issue, maybe.
And for Rick Rude, that's the one that you caused. So
yeah, changing allegiances. Yeah, it was kind of sucked. That's alright though.
Oh well.
I understand it.
We're down to Virtual 7. The Shield won't start any player's turn when you play a reversal. When in the hell can you play a reversal during your turn? So I don't understand the change to that text.
Yeah, well, them it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, because you can't play reversals during your turn.
There's surely somebody messed that up.
Yeah, so I don't.
Is there any situation where you could possibly play reversal on your turn?
I don't think so. Maybe 42 Surge if they have like a card in the ring area that's continuously plunging you. Maybe. I don't know.
It doesn't seem like a good change. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't seem like a needed change. Unless the old one says during your turn you play a reversal, because then that just wouldn't work at all.
It should just say when you play a reversal.
Yeah. Or during your opponent's turn.
Whatever. Yeah, during
your opponent's turn you play a reversal. Promo.
Yeah.
Correct. That's still pretty much what it says.
Yeah, it should just say promo 3. Put 2 on the bottom of the arsenal instead of 1, or any going ringside or something like that. I don't know.
For We're Here, for the Wyatts, cannot be packed with packing corners. Sure. There's not much. No, from what I've seen, I haven't been to Gen Con, so I don't know if there's a lot of corner hate or not. But We're Here would initially protect it. Now it doesn't because you can't pack them. So
and they like adding anything that they can to make sure superstars can't pack corners.
Yeah, which I understand for the most part.
I'm sure they'll definitely understand in all access this year.
Well, let's not worry about it. Let's be careful what we're saying over here before some decks get killed.
You don't have to play.
I'm not going to play.
I got the rocking chair. I believe Scott with a Backlash Podcast, the one that got this one hit. Basically, Now it's whenever your opponent moves any number of non-superstar specific cards from ringside without playing a card or activating stipulation, you may draw one card. So I think I remember him saying something about at tournament he kept being able to draw a lot of cards, and I think there was immediate change to that. I think they must have added more to that.
I'm not sure what the loop was, so I don't know how the revision changed it. So I'm probably not a good person to ask.
I don't think it had you may draw one card. I think it was draw as many that were moved. I think that's what it was. So if they move, yeah, it was. So if they played a band or ready to fight, they moved 8. They were able then if your opponent moved 8 cards, then you can draw up to 8 cards.
Or, if they hit 5th year.
Yeah, draw 5 cards.
Yeah.
Or 4 cards. Or 5 cards.
Yeah. And then 4
Yeah.
more for
I believe that's what it was. I was watching one of their podcasts, and I believe that's what the change was. So I think they just added more change to that.
Yeah, so if that's what happened, then sure.
Yeah, that was definitely needed.
That's fine. It's
Pop your 10th year and your 5th year. I don't care. I'll just keep
it's
going.
still alright. Sure, I guess. First Tough Enough Diva. Did they make this? Wasn't it like +3 for it? I think for each one.
I don't know. I don't want to do superstars ever. Never have.
I'm sure Mitch got this busted. So, your forward terrain is +2 forward 2 for every D1 print non-unique mid-match maneuver in your ring area. Sure. That's pretty much what she did before. So I don't really see. I think it was 3 forward before. If not, I don't know. It's not much of a change. She's still good. So.
Yeah. Guardian of the Galaxy, which we already talked about, which is now the only thing they changed is it's -5 fortitude instead of -10 fortitude. Like I said, who cares? I never need to worry about it, especially when I'm getting 7 fortitude off my first move and then immediately going up another 15 fortitude until that sticks. So getting a -10 doesn't really matter. Well, I guess it could have, but I'm not playing Guardians of the Galaxy when I only have 7 fortitude anyway. I'm going to wait until I can go really big with it and go for game. So, yeah.
That and your typical Batista deck. Your fortitude curve is so high anyways. You're either starting with 6 fortitude off reverse with a Spinebuster or 7 because you hit a Spinebuster. And then you're going into the big 15 fortitude one. So, let's say turn 2, turn 3 at the latest, you're sitting on 21, 22 fortitude. So, that's higher than the 17, so it's whatever. The change doesn't really matter.
Plus, what kind of Batista doesn't run the Destroyer?
Yeah. So,
just make it a
seems kind of like
just make it a 12 fortitude card.
redundant text. That's what I do. Okay, moving on to the next one.
that's what he does.
Yeah, because there's nothing there.
Apparently, I'm thinking it was just said it was an action. Now it's an action. That's what he does. Okay. Strength of allied powers, which is Lex Luger, and British Bulldog logos. What they add to it is your opponent cannot play non-unique reversals from your hand to your maneuvers. And you have at least 3 cards under this card. I don't know if you're
that include 1 maneuver, 1 action, and 1 reversal. So just you getting all 3 of those under there is pretty tough because you don't have to throw like hybrid reversal size moves, and who does that? I'm not sure what it does. What it did before. I'm guessing kind of along the same lines, but it's whatever. The cards underneath are so easy to get rid of that the effect of just the card in general is pretty irrelevant.
Yeah, and they can discard 3 and overturn 3 and just get rid of them.
So it's whatever.
It doesn't seem like a very good
No.
pre-match card at all. Going up to Virtual 8 here. We got Trish's Des Press. All they did was change the wording a little bit. And it just says played after a successfully played card. That's it. They add after a. That's it. So, not too big of a change. Just
No, it's not. It's just,
clarifying.
yeah, it's a wording change. It's not an effect change. The Man Beast of NXT. They had to redo this card a little bit because the way it was initially worded.
It didn't work with itself.
Well, it did, but you can't play moves.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, you could run it, but you couldn't play moves.
Yeah.
So now they just reworded it to where you can actually play moves.
I mean, who wants to play moves? I should try to build a deck that's just.
Mitch didn't play moves in India, really. All he did was play actions.
What are you talking about? He was super aggressive with that.
With actions, it seemed like.
No,
Didn't seem like there's much in there.
he played Trailer Park Slap every single turn. Well, it can be reversed by non-unique reversals because he had 0-4 with the World Wrestling Federation title, the back to basics one.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it won. I think it won one of the big Gen Con tournaments. So
What? It did.
yeah, so he slapped the shit out of everybody.
Next one we have is I Walk Alone, which basically just added guest ringside announcer, and since I Walk Alone, they literally don't want anything that refers to people being in there, which, if that's the case, I'm surprised there's not another type of card that they hit, which I hope they never do. And they added when your opponent completely reverses your maneuver without reversing the text from hand, and you have lower fortune, they randomly put 1 card on the bottom. Yeah, there's that completely, which I never even thought about before, really, I guess, because most of the moves that you run aren't multi anyway, so. Yeah. I mean, I can't think of too many multi moves that I actually run.
Unleash Bomb.
They couldn't have hit it anyway, so.
Yeah, so I mean,
It didn't matter.
One person does not define the meta.
I know.
They're thinking another people besides you. I'll let you handle the Batista.
Yeah.
He's close to your heart. You like Batista.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. I like the change on it quite a bit. Basically, what the original one did was it reversed a non-maneuver card, but now it can only be played after a successfully played card, and after damage is applied, they end their turn. I like that way more than reverse a non-maneuver card. Actions with old school wrestling match, people are being Revo format and not playing as many actions now. People still play actions, but not as many. So this actually hits stuff, and I like that a lot. And then for some reason, they gave it also when successfully played, I get search my arsenal for a card with the spine of the title. I already do that with my ability. I mean, I guess I can have a search for a power slant or non-hybrid, so it's not needed. Really. I guess I can search for something. I don't even know what I'd search for. Probably Atomic Spinebuster if I didn't have it already, but at 10 Fortitude cost to play the reversal, I've already got Atomic Spinebuster out, so I guess I'm searching for a running Spinebuster and never playing it. So I guess never. It doesn't need that text.
Yeah. That's right. Biscuits and gravy, make me a man. Make me a man. Alright, they just changed the action on that card. Backed by Jesse. for Festus. So
it was just an action. Now it's an action.
yeah.
Legendary Steamboat offense.
Apparently they had in the title on the card twice in a row.
Yeah,
So
in the title. So all they did was cross off one of the in the titles. So that's all it was.
Good job.
I can't believe I didn't catch that. I even read that card like all day.
Well, I'm not surprised you didn't catch it.
Yeah,
If it said it like 4 times,
I might catch it on the fourth one.
Social Outcast can be packed by 3MB. Sure. I guess. Okay. Moving along. I don't have anything to say on it. So.
Yeah, it just didn't really matter. Amber's Asylum. It's Heat now.
It was Heat before. Apparently these are just like image errors or something. So, yeah. There you go.
I'll skip the other one. I Can, I Will.
More
Now it's an
images.
action.
That's what I do. Backed by Dana Brooke. All he really did here is they added It's All About Me, which I'm guessing is they're going to make that for Emma when she comes out. So I guess that's confirmation that she's going to be there.
Oh, yeah, they already confirmed Emma's going to be there.
Yeah. So that's all he did there. Nothing special.
Legit Boss. They just took off this turn. So, because it can be.
I guess you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah. I guess. Like I said, I don't play Diva Superstars. No interest in it. So. I will play probably Asuka, and I'll probably play Alexis Bliss. I like both.
Alexa Bliss.
Whatever, Alexa.
I'll probably play Nia Jax more.
Get out of here.
Did you know that she went to Disneyland once and attacked this homeless lady and took her drumstick off there and she ate it.
Gobble the ball up.
With both hands just laughing. I can't believe she did that. What a bully.
Yeah, a little bully.
She's not like most girls.
Same with Sasha Backstabber. I mean, they just added some text into it to clarify it.
Yeah. All right, we're down to Virtual Holiday Set 2. We're down to Rusev with his Bulgarian Brute backstage card. What they really did here, he's not so good if you're like really winning the game. Like if you're just dominating your opponent, then his backstage card doesn't work. Which, sure, fine, I guess. Kind of ironic that a card titled the Bulgarian Brute works worse when you're dominating somebody.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
He's the Bulgarian semi-brute.
Yeah.
Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not. Yeah. But he's always a brute.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev heel kick. They changed the picture. It was great. Diamond Dust for Stardust. Just they added when successfully played. Clarified.
Which is a big difference.
Yeah. Before what would happen is if they even played it, you'd have discarded backlash. So
It's still slightly playable.
Yeah, it's still good.
We're down to the Holiday Set 3. AJ Styles phenomenal drop kick. When it's not played from ringside as if from hand. Was like his ability to play cards from ringside or something like that. Anyways, a couple of superstars let you play maneuvers from different areas as if from hand. And they just kind of just got rid of that stuff. As you'll see with the next card.
Yeah, springboard, Punk springboard lariat for CM Punk. When all they add is when this card is not played from backstage area as if from hand. That's all they added to it.
Yeah, so that sucks a little bit. because you could put in your backstage area with your backstage card.
Yeah.
And just run on them.
Well, I'm sure.
So
I don't think that was the problem because I can't remember what it was offhand, but I know we were talking about it, and it basically turned into a Turn 1 GTS. Turn 2 GTS, maybe? Can't remember exactly what the setup was so we came up with it, but I remember it was pretty ridiculous.
oh, you can just play stuff like Fans Love Underdog.
Yeah.
And then you got your moves you want to plunge your backstage area. So go like Sucker Punch, Blatant Chokehold, Dead.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So
Sucker Punch, Blatant Chokehold, and then GTS. That's pretty good. If they don't have a don't try, I mean,
which you
they're
can
in for a
still
bad
do,
day.
but you just have to wait one. You have to give them one turn, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm not here, so you can play the game. I'm here, so I can play the game.
Yeah. Gotta give them at least one
Because
turn.
I want to play the game.
Yeah. But you can't play the game.
It's all about the game. We're down to Revolution now. Who really cares about that?
No, we probably not gonna talk about Revolution. They only changed 2 cards, so or 3 cards, so I guess if it matters to you, you know about it.
I think they helped Brock a little bit. His antic was complete trash before. Now it's only mediocre trash. So, there you go.
Well, it's still trash because it's an antic.
Yeah, and you don't want to play that. It's not a 0 fortitude antic in your mid match, so you're probably not even going to back it.
If you think antics in Revo are any good, just go ahead and take a look at the last quite a few years of Gen Con and find a deck that actually runs antics. There's very few of them. And it's either go all out on antics or don't run any at all.
Yeah, the antics that I would see play is, you're deep into the quarters because there's 0 fortitude mid match antics, so you can play it and be safe because you don't have enough fortitude for a reversal yet, or the antics with momentum. Other than that, they just wouldn't see play because in a format like that, losing 6 is ridiculous. You just pretty much concede the game at that point.
Revolution, the Impact Player test logo, which this kind of, I guess we're kind of glad we read the Revolution thing because what they did was definitely not what we were expecting with test for revision. All they did was made this pre-match event say your maneuvers are plus 2D, which, oh well, that's not what needed to be changed.
His ability
is crazy. It's like, what were you thinking? I mean,
in just Revo, it's a problem because there's just not really much for colossal reversals.
Yeah. I mean, if Mitch's test last year at Gen Con wasn't proof enough that it needed changed, I don't know what they're paying attention to. I don't know if they even care about Gen Con because he was pretty dominant with it.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably one of the formats because I don't know what they play at that big tournament out there in California, but I doubt it's Revo.
Yeah,
well, they might play some fun side games, but
the one thing also is if they even do a change for test in the next set, like if they get anything to counter him, it's going to be too late because the set won't be out yet by Gen Con. So I'll just run test at Gen Con. I don't care. I'll be a lazy piece of shit because I hate Revo, and I'll just copy the deck and play it.
Yeah, and there's still no answers for it. So I guess you could really meta game against them, but you have to play certain superstars.
Well, then you would meta game against that, and they just lose everything else.
Yeah. So, what do you do?
Yeah. Join the dark side.
Yeah.
Everybody show up with test. See how that diversity rule works out.
And then the person who would go first loses because
flip a coin.
They wouldn't have moves to play. So they just mill 6 off the aggression rule.
Yeah.
Which is a great rule. Glad that's in the game.
Because I would play Revo if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. Having my card reversed, or me not having maneuver to play and passing my turn, should be punishment enough.
Yeah.
And if you insist on having it, for the love of God, don't give people like 3, 4 to 6 damage antic reversals. Taking 12 damage off my fucking antic is ridiculous.
Go ahead, D12 here, wait, buddy.
Yeah.
It says it only takes 6. No, aggression roll.
Well, thank God that gave me 9 fortitude now, so I got another antic reversal. Sure want to play one? Alright.
The last card that they changed for Revo was Brock Lesnar's Revolution Suplex City. Suplex City, bitch.
They added bitch on it.
They put bitch on it. Basically, you put one non-reversal card with Suplex in title from ringside now. So, couldn't pick up a reversal, I guess, before, so couldn't pick up the hybrid suplexes. Or you can't pick up the hybrid suplexes now. And if you have 5+ lower fortitude. So, I'm not sure what the other one did, so I'm assuming
I'm guessing it was just
fortitude was higher or lower. Probably higher.
No,
it's probably lower.
They probably just didn't have that text. So it's probably when you have lower fortitude.
Oh, yeah. That's probably what it was.
But, sure, whatever. Card still sucks. It lets you pick up a move, but you're already running moves in Revo that let you pick up from ringside anyway, so, yeah, who cares? It has momentum, so there's that. So you might pack it, because it'll probably stick. Yeah. But if it doesn't, you're eating 11 because momentum reversal does 5. So
yeah,
and then you lose the game. So I mean,
I don't think I've ever had a Revolution game last longer than like 6 minutes.
No,
I think it's about as long as it goes. They're pretty quick.
Yeah, you could play like a full Revolution tournament, 5 rounds, best 2 out of 3 in an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. That's the way they want it. It's the quickest card, one of the quickest card games in the world.
You might play like what?
Remember that epic card game that I brought over, and it's basically just nothing but stupidly big moves or like damage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's basically like that, just stupidly big, powerful stuff that you just win in a few turns.
Yeah, and they make memes pretty much unplayable, especially with all the new pay-per-view event cards they made to get rid of like the protection that memes had. So you play like 2 or 3 small moves, and then it was just huge moves the rest of the game. So, yay. Exciting stuff. And when most of the darn Colossals do better effects than a lot of the Antics, why would you ever play an Antic? There's no reason to.
They shouldn't even make them. There's no point at this point.
You have Colossals that pop cards in your ring area. You have like a 20 damage when it starts you connect for any card and puts it in your hand. Like, sure. Should I play that, or should I play the 25 fortitude antic lets you search for 2 cards? No, I'll play the 19 for 20 move. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Seems like they've never watched wrestling before. Like, if you watch wrestling, like 70+% of it's all like actions and setup, and before there's actually any moves or stuff actually done.
When was the last time they watched Monday Night Raw?
95% action.
Yeah. Unless they start making cards called commercial breaks, they're not watching wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Card called commercial break?
Yeah. And like the bathroom break match, it would be a stipulation. You can only play with both your superstar values 2 or less.
If one of your superstars is a diva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
That's a great idea for a card.
The bathroom match.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. All right, before we let you go, there's one thing else that I wanted to add into this video. I know it's getting pretty long, but we definitely enjoy talking about the game quite a bit. And when you go away with this, obviously it's just what we think personally. Don't take it to heart and don't get all offended about it. We
Get pissed off.
Blame
me in the comments.
We take the game pretty seriously. We play it a lot, and we've got a lot of passion for it. But I know we sincerely appreciate all the people who put the hard work into it, keeping it going, because it's been going for a long time since the game died, and so it's nothing personally against anybody. It's just our personal thoughts on the matters.
We're passionate because you want the game to be better.
Yeah.
And
well, the one thing I did notice that I really like the direction of is a lot of this. Like, the only reason I supported the Batista stuff is because I constantly preach that I hate cannot be responded to cards, because a game cannot be responded to card is a game mechanic. A game mechanic's very definition is something that causes an interaction with the gameplay, and then interaction is obviously something that both in a TCG is something that both players can react to, which cannot respond does not do that. There is nothing in the game that does it. So it's a horrible mechanic just on definition alone. Which in the revisions, that's why I supported the Batista's changes with like Guardians of the Galaxy, because before almost nothing stopped it. Nothing did stop it. So I got behind that just for that reason, because I myself don't like cannot be responded to cards.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
If you want to play cannot be responded to cards, play solitaire.
Yeah. That's basically it. Better time playing yourself.
Playing with yourself.
Hop on the old bear tube with Arn Anderson.
Yeah. Enforcer. Double A doing double P. Why don't you focus on the concept?
All right. So this is one thing that I've been trying to get a lot. A lot of us put a lot of work into it, and it took some time to get done. And we make these sized up and got all these organized for everybody. These professionally printed cards here. Now, like, I have a Heart Dynasty here. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but I'll try to get it close. I mean, the only way that you can really tell the difference between this and a real card is the one thing that I do is because I know how close these can look to like old cards, I always put a different logo on the back of the cards, just so there's no suspicion of like people making copies of the originals, which would be extremely easy to do, and like that's the only reason I put that on there. I mean, I could put the original logo on there, but I won't do that. That was what the non-foil looks like, and I'm not sure if this will show up, but here's the foil. It looks like it's showing up pretty good. But the foil pattern on it is very similar to the original foil pattern. I'm not sure if we have one laying around here or not, but it's got that kind of, what would you call it, like a tinfoil-y?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like tinfoil reflection like the original cards have. I'll post a link in the description where we have everything sized up, where you can just click an order and it's got everything in there that you need. It tells you the website that you'll go to. It's got all you can just search for the cards by title. We put them all in a Dropbox. And I mean, I think you can get, I ordered a lot from there. You can order, I believe, an average order of 54 cards non-foil is going to run you $20. I mean, that's better than comparison to other people that it's going to professionally print them as well. That charge you $3 for usually for a non-foil, which that's astronomically a huge different price. It's not even in comparison. And then usually it averages 10-15 cents a card. It's between that. So it's a very good price. And also the non-foil, or the foils, they're going to run you a little bit more expensive. I usually just save that for superstar cards and some of their other cards. Because those are going to run you about 50 cents a card. I mean, it's not an extreme price, but I mean, I don't know. Just foiling, I just get it done on people I really like, and so it's nothing that I absolutely need, so I don't do it.
If you look at like old starter decks and stuff, you're paying like $10 for like 4 foil cards and like 1 rare.
Mm-hmm.
Where here you can get like an entire set of a superstar you like for like $3 foiled. So it's a great deal.
Also, what I've been doing is if you got a play group out there that plays, you go ahead and message me. I've been sending out cards for people to use as prizes. It's just virtual cards, but anything's better than nothing to keep people playing the game. So no cost to you. Just talk to me, send an address, and all I ask for is post up a tournament report on TCO. I know the guys in Texas I sent stuff to, they still haven't put up a report, but he's saying he's going to have it up here after a while, so I probably get in contact with it again.
I mean, I guess if you guys want real cards, I can send some Irish whips or something. So some up and atoms.
Yeah.
I want tournament reports. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. With that, we're going to be out for the night, and it's time for me to go home and get some sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Take a little siesta.
Take a siesta. All right.
We're out.
See ya.